Right, we're continuing on once again with the uranium build. Uranium fuel rods is what we're working on. We now need to start work on the encased industrial beams and the required parts that are going to make all that happen. So we're going to go and head on over there. Actually, I want to get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory first, because we met a lot of creatures and I want to turn those into coupons. Those, some of those. Where else? Where else? I'm trying to think. They're doing that. It's a bit choppy in this area. Let's go with hog. Right, while that's happening, I'm just going to go over here for a sec. I'm going to dump these in here. They can go there. Yeah, I think, also, where are we? They can go in there. Hard drives, summer sloops, I mean the Mercer spheres. Ooh, she's a bit chunky. I'll put some of these away. Alright. Alright, what's going on over here? So we'll do spitter next. They're all backed up because they're waiting for that. That'll make a nice amount of coupons, I hope. And then we're just onto the stingers. Why do I have 38 in mine? Satisfactory. Ah, when you change the recipe, that's right. I should make a box of the proteins, I think. And that's probably a future thing. Bows. Yeah, that's, I keep forgetting that when it gets backed up like that. So, and now this is being held up by this, isn't it? The speed this can do this at. Yeah. I could make another couple of machines for this process, but we might do that later. I wouldn't have to stay in here then. And feed them. I can walk away once I do this bit. Right, they're feeding into there, that's perfect. Right, this one. I don't want to forget about these. I don't want to walk away and forget about them, so I'm just going to babysit them for a minute. How many we've made already? 6 coupons already, wow. It's pretty cool. Alright, while I'm thinking about that, we've got to make these. This is nuclear. Steel pipe and concrete. So that's and that's nuclear. And that's nuclear. There might be more later, but right now, all I'm really worried about at the moment is there's quite a few steel ingots. Right, so this is one. And this is one. Alright, so what I really wanting to know here is, I've said petroleum coke, but that actually, oh yeah, no, that one's, yeah. So 200. What's ECR? Uranium control rod, uranium fuel rod. What is that? I think that's supposed to say encased industrial beam. And oh, hold on. Plutonium, how you going? It's crazy how far this factory's gone. I remember you setting the foundations and making the roads. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? It's becoming quite the attraction. So this is a status. What is this for? Steel pipe T16. Status. What's an ECR? That's a electromagnetic control rod. That's what it is. That's it, yeah. Thank you. Acronyms do my head in sometimes, but it's good. So I know for that, all of this stuff will be, I was trying to think of the word. Steel ingot. There's too many things. Iron and coal, iron and coal. So one node of iron and one node of coal. And then, yeah, all right. This should be ready now. Yeah, that's all of those. And how are you today, Polonium? What are you up to? Oh, that's nearly done. Nice. Alright, there we go. And then also, that goes into there. What's the most I've got at the moment? I've got purples and yellows. So have I been doing blues automatically? I have. So that must mean I've got some in there. How many yellows have I got? Wow, there are purples. We're 18. Yeah, there's a lot. Should I do the purples or the 42? I might do the yellows. That one. Right. And then I've just got to put the yellows there. Alright, and they'll end up in my... Yeah, perfect. Good, was about to head to bed. I've seen you online, just done setting up steel in your experimental build for 1.2. Excellent. How's it going in 1.2? You enjoying it? Alright, that's good. Well, we're going to head over to our uranium factory now. The nuclear. And start on our encased industrial beams. Which ultimately means I need to make some steel ingots. Right. Was that a rocket launcher? Yeah, it was. Yep. Using the... there's another one over here. Using your hypertube entrances. And yeah, just shoots you over. So you just build them pointing where you want to go. Each one that you need a direction for, and you're good. They're very handy. Saves me having to like catch a train over here or a hypertube the whole way. Alright, so I need to build, if I'm going to build these encased industrial beams, I think this is here. That's the coal there. That can come around like that. And there's iron there. I'll grab that. And there's a limestone down there. I'll get all three of those coming through here. And they will come up here through this hole, I think. And I might try and... Looks like you're coming up, buddy. Ah, that's perfect. That's ground level. That's excellent. So they'll come up there. I sort of haven't finished off some of this. I think this needs to come like that. Just like that. Yeah, the water's not deep enough. Not deep enough. Always like to test. Okay, so there's a few things I need to be aware of. The nuke nobelisks I'm gonna have them down here. So this is for the nuke nobelisks. So what's the nuke nobelisk need? So I want to leave enough space for them. And then I can belt around them. So smokeless power, I'm going to drone in. I might drone in the AI limiters as well. I'll bring in the smokeless powder and the AI limiters, and so I need a manufacturer. Have a good stream. Going to head bed now. 1:30 at the moment. No worries. Enjoy your sleep. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll chat to you later. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and we'll need to make nobelisks. The AI limiters, copper sheets, and so that may not fit here.
Smecken thanks you very much for your resub.
Thank you, Polonium Teuton, for renewing your Prime sub of 3 months. Smile.
Thanks very much for that Prime resub. I really appreciate your generosity and support. That's absolutely amazing. And don't forget, folks, if you get a Prime, someone's got to get it. And yeah, share it, because it doesn't get renewed every month. This camera just needs a bit of a tweak that way, I think. Alright. I could still put the manufacturer here, because this, yeah, actually, I might do that. I'll make its spot now, and then I can belt around it. The other production lines I'll bring in. Alright, so if we have a... so that means I'd bring that Caterium in as well. So that was a manufacturer. There's a lot of moving parts to this, actually. Now that I think about it. I don't think I want to build it here. We'll work out what this area is. We might put a drone port here later. What I'll do is just stick to bringing the belts around for what I need in the right way. So that would mean steel pipes, the steel next. So if we keep in mind so what have we been doing? There's that one, there's that there. There. Right, that's the current sort of layout and belts I've got at the moment. So I'm going to build, so starting off with steel ingots. Let's go. Six machines at 60%, 9 at 50%. I think I could do 4.5. If that's 80, what's that? 9 at 50. Yeah, right. What's 75% gives me 6 machines. 3.6 machines, I'll do them into 4. That's 90%. And this will be 1 machine. Alright, so 10, 11 machines in total. What if I did this one? No. Yeah, actually. 72% gives me 5 machines, and that's 12 machines, and that's easier to belt. Alright. So 12 machines in total. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 2 splits of 3. I'm not going to overflow. Well, actually, the coal. Yeah, this isn't coming on drones, so I can overflow it. So my foundries with the splitters and mergers, that's 3. And then, so there's that. There'll be 4 of these, 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 of these. Will I fit them that way? Or maybe we go that way. I'll get 12 that way. Because I'm not going to, that's 3. That's halfway. What's got to do with my overflow though? Maybe here. Yeah, going this way will get them to... So the most they'll go is that one there actually. So maybe it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could maybe squeeze 12 in. I don't know if I want to. Maybe I do a 6 and a 6 with the different production units. So these back ones, so if that's that and that, then I reckon I do it side on, like this. They'll be like that one, and then that one and that one. I'll actually split it in the middle. So, and yeah, all right, let's do that. So okay. So I've first got to work out my outputs here. I'm just trying to stick to a kind of a standard I've been following, like keeping all these rows in uniform. So we will be following that one there. Okay. So it'll be running, something will be running along here. So then a splitter or a merger would be on this lane here facing out. Yeah, so then our foundry blueprints will be there, and then these could actually come you might start them there. Let's check that. Maybe there, actually. I'll do that. Yep. Right, a decision has been made. Done, Peel. An executive decision. Always an executive decision. Absolutely. How are you doing today? These blueprints will change a bit. This power, I feel like could connect straight across from here. So that's, if that was to go, there we go. You're doing splendid. You won the lottery. Don't tell everyone about that because they'll all want to. Oh, I've got this sick cousin that it just needs a little bit of money to help. You know, I'm sure you could spare 76. No, I'm sure you could spare $66,000 or $7,000 to help my cousin. Sorry, did I say 6 to 7,000? I meant 6 to 7 million. All right, that comes in there. Now these are just normal splitters. Perfect. You didn't say you won the jackpot. This is true. Okay, smart splitter. Actually, I'm not going to use those. We're just going to go with... Oh, I need a normal splitter first in the middle. Like that. And it'll go... We'll do one there. Now do I do... I think I will. So this will be the smart splitter. I'll upgrade this in a sec. And there'll be this one. What's up, Randy? What? What's going on? Hey? You're okay. Oh, he wants to come up for a pat. Come on then. Pat time it is. Hey? What have you been doing? He's a good boy. Hey? Oh, my green screen's not working properly. You can see right there, the edge of it. And well, that's the wall behind it. Isn't it, Randy? Hey? We pull that across, we'll be fine. No one will know. Oh, we're done. German Shepherd, absolutely. He's a whiny little boy, like all good German Shepherds. Alright, I think I'm going to keep them all the same alignment. So that one's going to be there. That one will be there. And that'll be there. And I'm going to make this a smart splitter. And we'll upgrade it. Now I'll put let's think about this. There's going to be 5 machines that are for the encased industrial beams. I'll put the other one at the end. Alright, so I'll put steel ingot. We're just going with a standard recipe here. And it's going to be 72%. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is at 16.7%. Right. Now, I'm going to put it's going to update its sign. These will be for uranium fuel rods. The next, oh, Randy's wanting something. I'll be back in a sec, folks. Right, well, he's being annoying. That's what's going on. This will be for encased industrial beams next. Rightio. there is 162 iron. This will be iron. For 5 machines, which is 32.4 each. And it's the same numbers and then coal goes there, and then steel ingot is the output, and it's the same numbers. Right. Gonna save my blueprint. I'll put it in front of the third machine. There'll be one here as well. So that one's correct. This one will be... I've already done it, haven't I? Yep, right. So this one is for Nick Nobelisks. Okay, and I was thinking about this for a sec. It is 7.5. Right, and then that one, and that one. Perfect. Right, that's those ones. Let's make a note that I've built those. And then, okay, so the point I wanted to do that was 32.4 each. So that's going to be a Mark II. From here to there. And roughly the same for this one. There will be a Mark III coming in. That. And that. And then alright, so we need to get rid of all these ceiling supports. It's just, these are from a template that I used inside buildings, so it's still quicker to get rid of the supports this way than to do all the belting. This will change. Rightio. So I'm actually going to grab these. I really struggle with the perspective sometimes. I prefer to do it now while I can easily see. So that there, and then these. These ones need to be supported here. Alright, let's get that supported. Now, then it will be, this will be Mark 3 here. This will actually not exist there. That is spot on where it needs to be, actually. So this will be an output of 162, so it'll be a Mark 3. And that'll go that way to where it needs to go. And then this will be the other one. Meza, hello, welcome. Good to see you. What's going on? And then this one will... Yep, we're in the right spot. Go there. Blow this up. Not much. I need the weekend to be nice and slow. Well, you're in the right place for that. I'm in no rush. How am I doing? I am doing just fine, thanks. There is I've got a little bit of a head cold, but that's just the germs from the kids. Non-stop. One day I'll be okay, and it'll last 2 weeks. Apart from that, I'm all good. Just working on steel ingots here for our encased industrial beams, and also the stators, I think, for the electromagnetic control rods. Just getting rid of some blueprint shenanigans. There. Yeah. Nope. Amazing Hobbs, hello, welcome. How are you this evening? What's going on? Now these ones, I might just power across here. Now I do need overflow. I might just whack the sink right there. It's just got to be lined up. Like that. That actually looks not bad. And then I reckon what I'll do is that can cut through there. That's beautiful. Life's good. Some Miss India for dinner. Yum, yum, yum. All right. Well, I've never had Miss India, but I also had some Indian for dinner. It was buttered chicken that I made. But it wasn't buttered chicken. It was buttered pork. I bought some cheap pork. It was on special, so I thought, why not? I want this to be symmetrical. So why don't I do that? No, we'll do it here. Like this. And some poppadoms, of course. I love me some poppadoms. That's perfect. Okay, so my overflow is straight ahead. Rightio. We've already made 18 coupons with all those Hog and Stinger and Smitter remains we converted today. That's pretty good. Alright, so now I'm going to put this sign here. Okay, this one is for... This is also for uranium fuel, right? Uranium fuel rods, but this is for... Oh, hold on, steel pipe. I made a mistake there. That's correct. Right. So this is for, yeah, uranium fuel rods. And this is 202.5. By 6 is 33.75. Perfect. Alright, so now these are all at 75%. Perfect. And these are all join these up. That way, yeah. It's on the middle, yeah. What are these output at? 33, right. So that's, let me mark 2. Let me mark 2. Perfect. I'm trying, Mezzy, you're trying to find the right motherboard slash cage combo for the 2 new cage combo. Combo for the 2 new servers coming to my rack. Apparently 10 gig Ethernet is too much to ask for. Case, right, yeah. Yeah. It's a bit of a guessing game sometimes. There's a lot of measuring required and seeing what fits in. There's a single ASRock board that has everything you need, but it's in pre-production. Yeah. Always there's something coming that's just not ready yet. I hate when you got to make compromises like that. I did find, I remember when I brought my AM4 originally, it had it was PCI Express 3, I think, or PCI Express 4. And my 3090 had PCI Express. Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look. I was going to say, what's the... Right, okay, yeah. So my motherboard was PCI 3, but the card was PCI 4. And so when I recently bought a newer AM4 motherboard with the newer AM4 CPU, it had PCIe 4, I think, or PCI, whatever. I now get the extra little smidgen of bandwidth from the graphics card, but also the 10 gig Ethernet SFP Plus card gets that extra bit of bandwidth now too, instead of being down speeded. But I do love it's all backwards compatibles with that stuff. Now you have to spend 50 to 6% of the price of that board on something I don't want but have nothing better. Yeah. Yep. I hear ya. Alright, we want, what's 162 plus 202.5 plus 372, so I'm at 4. I might just go 5. No, that's not what I wanted at all. But I think that's one of those first times that I've ever I was able to use something in the future that I bought in the past. I was happy with that purchase in the past now. Alright, so you're okay to run. You're there, then you're there, then there, then there. Yeah, you are, yep. Time traveler, that's right. Now I can bring the concrete in on the middle road. Maybe, or I don't know. We'll work it out. So I'm gonna run this probably here. Somewhere here, so we can use. We'll be on that one, right? I can't see how smaller computer companies, hardware suppliers and that are going to be able to survive if there's no parts, no RAM. No one's going to want to buy a computer if there's no, if you can't buy a RAM or it's too expensive, then no one's going to be buying computers. How are these shops going to manage to stay open, you know? I see that being a bit of an issue happening. That one's off. I kind of wonder what the tech channels are going to do. Because I watched Gamers Nexus talking about that, like, why should I make videos on computer equipment, reviews on stuff that people can't get their hands on, may not be able to afford? Okay, so I'm going to go with one here. Wow. If that wasn't designed, I don't know what it was. I planned that amazingly. Alright, so I need to design this so it can turn. Okay, so that's as far as it can go. You got lucky, you bought 8 by 16 gig RAM sticks just before it all fell to shit. Yeah. Well, I was watching, I think it was Hardware Unboxed Australia, and they were talking about an Australian customer. One of their RAM sticks failed, so they sent it back for warranty. It was confirmed that they were faulty, but there's no supply available. So then the supplier tried to use some logic that, well, they were just going to give them a refund, and they were, because they couldn't, even that model wasn't available anymore, even though it was still under warranty. However, it just got really weird on some stuff about how it shouldn't. What was the it was about consumer law and how you wouldn't have bought it if you thought it would have failed, if you knew it was going to fail or something like that. It's really weird. And anyway, so in the end, the guy said, "Well, I don't want my warranty returned. Send my money back to me. Send my RAM back to me, and I'll get my own warranty return. No, I'll just send it to this review site, and they will. They're going to have a look at it for me, and they'll get in contact through their channels with the RAM manufacturer and see if they can help get it replaced." And they couldn't return the memory because it had been sent away to the dealer, and the dealer's already sent it back to their provider, and it's gone. They're not going to replace it. And so from a dual channel kit, one of the DIMMs is okay, and they're still going to use that DIMM, and they're going to resell that DIMM at 4 times the markup. It's all a little bit dodgy, if you ask me. I can understand the supplier doesn't want to give them a free memory kit that's 4 times the price of what it was, but yeah. So the memory you got was, yeah, I remember you showed me those on stream. Your two 78X3D CPUs on an industrial auction site where they're auctioning off the stock of a PC shop. That's pretty lucky. Alright, I'm going to get this down to here. But yeah, I'd hate to be in that person's shoes, because basically they've got a computer they can't use at the moment. Right, that's good. I'm probably going to bring in, while we're doing all of this, what was it? That one's not right. Does that one go over to there? That one goes to there. I will be bringing in some copper as well, I think, and some Caterium. So I'm going to bring all the lines up, and some limestone. Right. That all fits in there nicely. Look at that, no clipping at all. Lovely. Now, down here, I basically want to bring all of these around. Unfortunately, I'm going to have an issue here. That sucks. I might what's it look like this? I think that's how it's going to have to be done. That's it. And then that now, we can get around here and then properly I want to get them all, do I want to get them all into one belt or two side by side? One that's 6 high, maybe. So I've basically got Caterium and iron there. They might be the higher up ones. I'll go around there to get the coal. Let's go for a wander. It will take... Oh, can I get through there? Is that a challenge or a... Just a blue power slug. Not a throughway. Oh, you might have found a board. Nice. Now, actually, the coal, when I think about this, it's Caterium and iron, coal, the limestone's around here. It comes with board management, IPMI, nice. That's yeah, that's a bit of a plus. I used Dell servers for many years and very spoilt with the DRAC units on the Dells. They're very good. Right, so that's the limestone. I don't need copper now, but the copper's in there. Alright, so we know where to bring it in. Alright, let's so if the copper was going to come from that way, we'll use that bridge. Oh geez, what are you doing there? I don't know if he wanted to come in with that fight. I might do the, well, that one got that one over there. I think I will bring the copper in now. If we come across this bridge, then we'll make another bridge across to there. And then that's probably the best way to do it. And this then that's pure, that's normal. Thinking I bring the coal from there through there, pick up there and around there, then I can run two separate lines, I think. And then that lets me bring more coal in. And then from here it's iron, Caterium and the copper from over there. Because, I just double check this. The electromagnetic control rods uses stators and AI limiters. So that's where the Caterium is needed for the AI limiters, and the copper is going to be needed for the, or no, the yeah, anyway, but the stators will be steel pipe and wire, and that's why I need the copper. Yep. All right. We'll bring it all in now, and then it's in. Okay, so I've got coal and limestone coming from one direction. So if I put coal on here and limestone there, that will do that one for me. So we can do that in a pair.
Thank you Eddie_TGN for the follow.
I might do a blueprint for this. Yeah, maybe. Don't know. Eddie, coming to the follow, welcome. Nice to see you there. So that one. Let's get it there, I think.
Buckle up, there's a raid incoming.
Oh, look out.
Thank you Construction for the raid of 29 viewers.
Oh, welcome Raiders. You know what? That should. Welcome Construction. Coming on in with the raid. Last playing Satisfactory. Captain Dynamo, welcome. Folks, if you're not following Construction, you need to go and drop them a follow. Yeah, absolutely awesome builder, very creative. And yeah, we're working on some uranium. We've got 21 reactors over there. 12 will be for uranium, 6 will be for plutonium, and 3 will be for fixonium. And we're just doing all the stuff we need to make it all happen at the moment. We've got manufacturers over there to do the rods. This is the encased uranium cells, I believe. I can't remember the name of them properly. That's it. And we're making the ingots right now for the next set of production lines. So we'll just plod along getting that done. Yeah, so I'm bringing in from over. We're in the northern forest at the moment. Then I'm going to bring in some resources from here over into here on a couple of nice belts. It won't take too long. I'm just figuring out exactly how I'm going to be doing it. But I know that 2 of them I want probably here. I might put it there. As long as that doesn't clip. Alright, we just need to move that a smidgen. We'll just move it 1 across. Captain Dynamite, I just started hunting up spare sulfur to make the sulfuric acid for nuclear. Oh, nice. Out on the map looking for where you're going to pull it from. Ooh, you have to be careful here. Maybe I'll go a little bit lower instead. So I can deal with that clipping. Or can I? Yeah, it'll be okay. The rock's just crumbling. That's what's going on there. And then this one, I don't know. Joan, welcome. Morning from Austria. No, morning indeed. Morning indeed. This one I might actually put over here. Right, so this bottom one will be iron. All the others I don't care about. I don't know how this is going to look. Oh, I think it's alright. Maybe swap these two. So make, yeah, that's better. Yeah, alright, so then that one, second one is iron. Now, would that actually, just to try something, that's better. I'll go with that. So now, I'll bring this to here.
Thank you, Wakester, for renewing your Prime sub of 4 months.
Wags are coming in with a Prime sub. Absolutely awesome. I really appreciate your generosity and support. Thank you. Another awesome Prime sub coming in today, folks. Just a reminder, hey, use them. If you've got a Prime sub, use it. Give it to someone. Doesn't have to be me. Could be someone you actually like. But it's got to be used. Right. Let's go here. What am I bringing? Yeah, I might as well bring the 4 up to here. How are you today, Wakester? Now, power is going to be important too. I'm just going to move that in there. If I go with maybe a manufacturer pot. Grab this. Oh, that one actually goes a bit short. Like that. There we go. So I can actually get rid of these bottom two. And that one. Yeah, okay. So I don't need to do that bottom bit. Okay, I've got it. I've got it. As for power, let's run one of these. Over here. Let's see if this reaches. Does, nice. I'm going to run the power up to there, and then it'll drop down to reach the aluminum, no, the limestone and the coal. I think I've actually got Neza, what is wrong with the motherboard? They've stopped making it. End of life. You uttered the word aluminum in a way that my brain heard the Muppets. Manana.
Thank you, Gazalange77, for renewing your Tier 1 sub of 63 months. I have officially retired from Satisfactory, Mr. Guru. It's just not locking me in anymore.
Gaz coming out with the Wow, the dramatic news. He's lost his love for Satisfactory. Oh, happens to the best of us. Yeah, Mez has been like that for a while now. We need to go like this. Captain Domino, I'm loving the Manamana song. Don't we all? Yeah, since update 6, wild to think. Yeah, I mean, I lost interest back then and had a break for a while, but until 1.0. I've been enjoying it for a while. I'll probably have a break after this playthrough though. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely been a long playthrough, this one. One of my longer ones. More detailed. You'll always love it. It hooked me for thousands of hours. Trying to push through it nowadays just isn't as fun. Will always be a favourite though. Yeah, absolutely. And Dynamo, Amazing Hobbs, Star Rapture and Alchemy Factory it is then. They are some good games. I've seen both of them played. And Captain Dynamo, it's good to take a break now and then and play different games. Absolutely. 100% agree. Coal's the bottom, Limestone's the top. Alright, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 70 here. And it's going to go to there, I think. Mezzy, you want to start another Factorio playthrough, but my brain can only take a single factory game at a time. Yeah, well, you're playing that Minecraft mod, aren't you? The factory mod from memory. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty interesting. One, two, three, four. One, two, three. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably do it in front of this tree. .5 hours and I just got to the half of the content, although I'm going at a snail's pace compared to the average player. 1500 hours, wow Mez, that's a long time. Let's go this side. Remon, I love that you still use the chainsaw and phase fires, mate. I just drop bombs everywhere. Look, I don't mind dropping the bombs when I'm clearing an area to use the whole area, but when I'm just getting rid of a single tree, I like to keep the atmosphere, you know. The majority of that would be AFK though, Mez. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, there we go. So now that one there. Goodbye. Right, so I'm going to get it going straight past there and then I'll pick it up. So, I reckon here. Like that. Building a nice in factory games is what pads out the playtime. It certainly does. I've definitely been doing a lot more of that in this playthrough. Making sure I do it as I go and not ignore it and forget about it later. Most people in the Minecraft thing just build a flat cobble platform and plot machines next to one another to beat the game as fast as possible. Yeah, it's a very common trait a lot of people have in many games, isn't it? I just want to blitz through it and not enjoy it. I'm liking that. Oh, your next one will be... let's just do this here. And I grab this. Goes about there. The journey is the destination, isn't it? That's exactly it. There's no need to rush it. You'll get there in the end. 600 per minute. Holy moly. That's a lot of limestone. So this would be the top one. Let's see what this looks like. Let's come back. Hold on. Also, yeah. Let's go there. I don't like that because it's going to hit. I feel like yeah, I don't know. I think to here in straight is probably the best. That's what I'm going to go for. Rightio, and let's run this down here a bit towards our I think that's a pure. They're pures, and there's a normal right there. So I might. Oh, I'll do that while I'm here. Yeah, it's an awkward spot that, but I think we got the best of what I could do. Unless they didn't build like these arches so you couldn't put a miner without clipping through it. That'd be terrible.
Hey Smackin', you just got a follow.
Thank you Lenbambeek 2137 for the follow.
Leon, coming with a follow. I reckon, Leon, I'm going to go out on a I'm going to go out on a what's the word? I don't know. On a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb. And Leon, you were born on the 2nd of the 13th, 2007. And that is also your PIN number. Oh, limb. Could be. Go out on a limb. Yes, limb. How are you? I don't know what my brain was thinking. We go to here. Man, you had to mention someone's age and then you got to make me feel old. That's alright. I'm 48. There you go. What am I doing right now? We're getting some coal, some limestone, some iron, Caterium and Copper, and we're heading over to my, you can see it over there, my reactors are way over there in the distance, but yeah, we're building steel at the moment, so I'm just apart from or I could be hacking your pin code. That was also something I could be doing right now. I'll let you decide on that one. Put that there. What are you up to in your playthrough? I'll put it here. Redoing your entire world, holy moly. And there is a man on a mission, folks. Do a bit of straight with that, I think. I can do it straight like that, or we'll do a curve and see what a curve looks like. Probably a curve. We'll take the curve. Use the Satisfactory calculator to delete everything that I built. Yep, that is a power move measure. It's a great tool, the calculator. I've always got it open on my save. When anyone asks me a question, I can just pop it in, bring it over. It's an amazing tool by Anthor. Right, that one there. Thank you. As long as you have an ad blocker, well, or you could be a Patreon member and you can get all the ads removed. Bare minimum effort, that's what you did for your 1.1 save, but I started fresh for 1.2 to play random nodes. Yep. Remont Ada, I liked you better before you did that. You hate early game because you have no hover pack or materials. Yeah, it is a bit of a downer at times. I can understand that. I reckon that. Yeah, I struggled in this playthrough until I got the hover pack. I definitely steered away from the train lines. Well, I steered away from making nice ones. Right, how does this look? I reckon I'll bring it to there first and then curve it. Yeah, I think that's better. And you set the space elevator stuff to 10x, so you're forced to automate the parts. It's just torture. But at least it's not 100x. I've seen a few people get into the 100x. That sounds like torture to me. Or a little bit of fun. At least I definitely think they made a really smart decision releasing the truck rework at the same time as that 100 times multiplier stuff, because it's made it people want to use the vehicles now. I've noticed a lot of people really liking the pathing, and because they can get up a lot of resources going. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Right, that's to there. That should go into for a nice curve. Yeah. That's been a nice journey bringing that around here. Alright, so up here, so I'm going to bring a power pole up here to collect these ones, and I'll connect that power pole to that in a second. I'm not going to use those power poles, I'm just going to leave them for hovering for the minute. I'm just going to bring this straight up here, I reckon. And then we're going to turn and take that one up there for the copper. So the iron needs to be the second from the bottom. I might go one up. Alright, so just getting some... Getting myself organised here. That's not what I wanted. Put that in there. Right, and then might do it to here, or maybe we might be right here. Let's have a look. That one to there. What's up, Randy? What's going on? You want to come up for a pat to you? Hey? Come on. Come on. Come up for a pat. Bit of a burp, mate. Hey. Come and say hello to everyone. Hey, he's a good boy. You are. Leon. Randy is so cute. He certainly is, isn't he? Remon says hi to you, Randy. Hey. Ooh, he loves all the attention, don't you? Hey. Good boy. Give that bum a scratch and your chest at the same time. You're liking that, aren't you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know what you like. And then you can put all that hair on the ground, don't you? Hey? All that hair goes on the ground. All done? Alright, thank you. Remon, you love that big dogs can be cuddle dogs too. Absolutely. They love the attention as well, don't they? Let me just, I didn't plug in my headphones. I'm wondering, where's my audio? There they are. Audio is present. Mate, we just had a pat. We're not having another one. There we go, and get rid of that. That goes there. Oh, that came across. I'm not happy with that. It's supposed to be there. Get rid of this. Right. I've just got to check Randy. I think he wants to go outside. He's just being very annoying tonight. Back in a sec. Alright, he went out this time, which means I'll have to go let him back in soon. Because of you barking at things. And I don't want the neighbours to get sick of him. Right, that's better. Oh, about there, I think. Alright, get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to get rid of these power poles. That one's from up there. I'll deal with that in a minute. Right, this... Just hook this up to here. That'll give me some hovering. Right, so it's a 1, 2. I'll go to here and then do a turn. So the bridge is there. That's about perfect. Alright, so the iron's second from the bottom. I'm going to put, let's see if I can put that looks alright. And I could probably put this. That there, I reckon. I might put it here. Is there any way you could show your world? I certainly can, Leon. I certainly could, Leon. Go to that link. You can download the save file at the end of every episode. It's just for me to go away right now. I'm right in the middle of doing something, and I'll get distracted, but that way you can explore it yourself in your own time. I hope that's okay. I'm kind of wanting to... I think I need a refinery pole here. Because this has been a manufacturer pole. Yeah, I might do it here. I might just swap that out. Right, there we go. Get rid of that. So that can go to here. Rightio, that's better. Oh. Before I forget, I've forgotten a couple of times here. You hope your game doesn't crash. It'll be fine. It's nothing crazy. There's all sorts of playthroughs I've done. You can check them out on my playthrough tab on my website as well. Different ones I've done in the past. This over here. It's the hardest thing about Satisfactory is when you're in the middle of building somewhere away from your main area. It's very hard to stop what you're doing. Looks like we're having chicken for dinner, folks. Nom 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 nom. Alright, let's... before I get stuck into this, let me just go and let Randy back inside. I'll be back in 1 sec. Roth dropping the follow, thanks very much. Captain Dynamo, I'm having some homemade spaghetti that I made the sauce from scratch. It's lovely. Well, nearly from scratch. Well, some ingredients you can't make or grow easily yourself, so I'll let you off there. Just this once. I might do these on an angle. Like that. I don't know about that one. Actually, that one might be alright. That's a Caterium. I'll do that like that for the bottom. I do like me some homemade spaghetti. Well, I probably only need the bottom one. So if I do that, and then I said the iron was second from the bottom. I think I like that. Oh, we got heaps of power shards now. 1 can of diced tomato, 2 cans of roasted and crushed tomato, then simmered together with seasonings, and then rotini whole grain spiral noodles, and 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Ooh, thick and chunky, just the way I like it. I gotta say, I make a mean meatballs. I really like making meatballs. I'm gonna put this one, say here. Guys, beef and broccoli is your go-to masterpiece at the moment. Ooh, yum. Yeah, Louise has got a recipe for that. She likes it. We've cooked it a few times. Right, I'm going to take this over here. You velvet the beef and everything. Yum. That sounds tasty. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. That gets the coal going. Oh, our iron, our Caterium. What is this? Ah, I don't know why. Why did I put a mark 1 there, hey? Chat, why didn't you tell me? The best jar you added to your cupboard was the Chinese 5 spices. One day I'll buy the spices and make my own of that too. Nice. Alright. That only goes so far anyway. The coal's going as well. I can see the coal going. The iron's going. There goes the iron. I'm gonna do this. Let's try this. Perfect, that lowers that down now. We only need to build a short one moving forward. Let's add my bases. Hold on. It's looking good. And then this one. Nice, that goes to there, this here. Right, this will keep going this way. Also got to give power to that, so I'll get the power over there and then drop it down. So let's go with actually I probably don't need to drop it just yet. Well, that would be what? That over there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I want. I don't need these. Let's put this one about here. Right. Right, there goes the limestone. And I assume that that was miner mark 2. Yep, alright. One of these are copper and the other one it will be spare for something in the future. I don't know what yet. But I might as well belt it while I'm doing it. It'll probably be iron, to be honest. How about I do? I'll do it to here. Oh, I hate that diagonal copy. Alright, so I can delete that now. Goes into there, that's going over to there, so this look, time for a save. Alright, I'll do another one of these here. Probably there. Okay. 7 goes to about here. Right, there it is. Over there. There's some iron, I think. Yeah, so there is actually iron right there. And copper over here. Copper's here, isn't it? Yep. They've angered the local population. Oh, they came up to see me. Ooh. Shiny object. You stole it from me. He's dead. Right, so I'm coming up here. If I go straight, I'm going to hit a tree, so we just will turn a bit. This tree's got to go. Oops. And this one as well. So, can I reach? I think the answer is yes. Perfect. Actually, I don't. I'll go back to the manufacturer pole that I was using. Because I don't need to be that tall anymore. That's about right. Look, there's slugs up there. They look a bit better with a longer curve on them. That to there. I might make that reach to the next one. Right. Leon, sorry, I missed your comment there before. Why does everybody use the pure ingot recipes? Oh, look, it's just it's a habit. People want the best of the best. I'm a fan of a lot of the foundry recipes. I use the concrete. What do we got? The basic ingots. This basic iron ingot recipe, I use this a lot. Limestone and iron. Especially also the copper ingot. I use copper alloy ingot recipe. I use that a lot. I think people like it just for the volume it produces, but you have to deal with all the water, which is never something I really enjoy. I have used the wet concrete in this playthrough once, just because the amount of limestone I had available to me, it was cheaper to use. It was not cheaper. I was able to get what I needed out of the limestone that I had available to me to produce what I needed. You get more per ingot, more per ore if you use the pures. You do, but also you then have to supply water. So that's the trade-off. So you have to invest the money, like the power, on that sort of stuff. So there's no perfect answer. I might go. No, I'll go there. Alright. That'll go to there. Alright, that's got me to here. And then I just need this. So I don't know what, I'm only getting the copper here at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to use more copper later. Or more iron. So we'll make that decision later. Right now, the only decision I'm making is getting this copper. That's right in the road, isn't it? No, we'll just do it. This is about as good as you're going to get it. Alright, we're going to hook this up. We'll go back and check our ingots, and we'll probably wrap it up for today, to be honest. I've achieved as much as I can do today, I think. Is that another? That's a pure? They're both pures. Rightio, we'll leave that belt there. We've made some good achievements, good progress today. We brought in a lot of extra ore we don't need yet, but we will be needing soon. So we just invested our time doing that now. And we tidied up some of the yucky power cables I had set up. I don't know if I've been down there. I'm not going down there at the moment. Alright, so oh yeah, this is just syncing because I needed to configure this. So coal. Alright. And this is iron. Ooh, 23 coupons today. That takes us up to 606 so far. No, these should all be correct. They're all going to wait and they're ready to go, and then that one will be ready to go there. This one's a slow one. But that's good to go. I just didn't do my supports back here. Apart from that, I think this is all steel ingots have been built for what we need coming forward. So that's going to be, yep, that's all good. So that is our steel ingots. So we've built our 6 of those, the 5 of those, and the 1 of those. Then, so steel pipes will be next. We need to make the 9, the 9. What did I pressed end? Oh, my number locks off. No wonder. .4 into 6 is 90%. So it is 6 machines of those. That one's probably 9 for a reason. 6.75 into 6 is, I could overclock them a bit, or I reckon I'll go with the 9, which is what I had. And then this one here. So we have to build a 9, a 6, and a 1 of steel pipe. And that'll be our next task. We'll do that in the next episode. I dare say I might use this area here to do some of that, and some of this here, but this is looking good. There's a little bit of overflow. These machines are all buffering up. That's what's happening. But that's fine. Alright, so we'll just keep going on with that in the next episode. We're making slow progress, nice progress. We did a lot of back-end work today getting these products coming in, and that's coming through nicely. I do like seeing moving production lines. It's all happening. Everything's coming together. It's just taking its time. Alright, let's head on over to our base. Oh, I just missed the goop. Whoa. I need to make like a tower of goop, so I can like aim for a couple of different spots. Alright, we'll see how many coupons we've done today, and then we'll wrap it up. If you really like the spiral that's going up to the space elevator, thank you. It's a little bit, how you going, but it's just a bit of fun. That's the space elevator factory. Oh, so this is a very brief overview of my city. So every building has a purpose. So like that's the iron ingot building, and you've got an iron plate and an iron rod, and then there's a screw building over there. This is a lot of different things. That's the ammunitions factory. Crystal, quartz crystal, silica. Yeah, so every one product's made in one factory and it's sent to the next factory. And there, all the belts are moving. We've got lots of trucks going on. I will demonstrate it on another episode. But I'm sort of working over in the nuclear area at the moment, so kind of everything's happening over there. And I'm not spending much time over here. It's just the nature of the game sometimes. 24 today. Normally we're about between 7 and 9, so that's pretty good. I'll make a note of that. Come over here, we'll wrap up. Alright folks, we worked on the steel ingots. We're going to need to make steel pipe for all of our uranium production lines. We built all of those steel ingot production lines, and then we went through and belted in iron, coal, copper and limestone from nearby, and we'll also probably bring in another iron node maybe. I've left a room there, another belt available for that, and yeah, we'll keep going from there. That should help us make all the other, and Caterium, that was the other one we brought in, and that'll help us belt in, that'll help us prepare for all the other coming production lines. It's a nice little spot. We're in here near the Titan Forest, the northern forest meets the Titan Forest. There's a real nice set of resources all come together nicely. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening and night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.